you've got to stop this. You've got to stop this campaign you've got about how the media are covering this, Simon.
Okay.
You really should. A high-profile former player's just got in touch with me. I had family in the stadium, and they said it was a nightmare, totally out of control. The only police they saw was at the tube station. No police at the ground. Hardly any police were there to be seen. 4 yobs sat in their seats and refused to move.
It's not a campaign, Jim. It's a series of
it's unbelievable.
No, Jim. It's a series of observations to give balance. And what we're doing in the media...
Simon, sorry, I'm going to interrupt you again. You want balance.
Yeah, I do.
We heard from an anonymous fan this morning who said, we get in without tickets, and this was how easy it was. You want balance. We spoke to the top government official this morning, who at this stage is in meetings looking for somebody to be accountable. And it might well be the government has a large degree of accountability. You want balance? How's that for equilibrium?
So you don't think that there's any appropriate observation on my part that the media potential reaction to this, which involves front page headlines in the Sun talking about people firing fireworks at the bum and how many drugs they've taken, is the byproduct of amplifying? You don't think I've got any point in these observations?
That's a tabloid headline.
But it's part
Why
of media.
does that surprise you? Don't be so naive.
But do you think I've got?
Do you
no
not think
points?
the government want this to be very much high profile and kept in the public eye?
So in your eyes,
because the implication of it was so serious.
So in your eyes, you cannot see my point of view at all. That is
Listen,
very important to put the media in
probably
the focus.
heard, and I looked at you listening intently to the Julian Knight interview.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Did you hear me say to him, what would you say to those who say this is being media-driven? And he said, of course it's not being media-driven.
I've never accused it of being media-driven. I'm saying it's being amplified.
24 hours ago, sitting in that seat, you said this is trial by media.
I said this is being amplified by the media. It's a fundamental difference between the two things.
What do you mean amplified by the media? It's being highlighted by the media.
Well, highlighting people firing fireworks.
And we're actually wasting valuable airtime shooting off about this. The fact of the matter is, you can agree with me or not, it's all one to me. Somebody has to be accountable for what happened. 4 days on, this has become a blame game. So, Simon, I'll ask you before we hit the 11 o'clock bulletin, who do you think the buck is going to stop at? Who is going to be accountable for this?
Who do I think? Well, you've just basically told me my opinion is utterly irrelevant. So let's leave it with you. Who do you think is going to be accountable?
By the sounds of it, now and again, you think the buck almost stops with the media.
No, I don't.
But I know that's nonsense. Who do you think will have to assume the vast majority of the responsibility for those horrendous scenes on Sunday night?
I think that you have to apportion the vast amount of responsibility to those that contributed to the scenes, which are the fans themselves. But the management of it and the prevention of it, which is what you're talking about, then ultimately the four parties that I've already told you, which are the governing bodies of football, which is UEFA, the FA, the government themselves for not being involved enough, and of course the police for their seemingly inability to have controlled an event which has spiraled out of control and enables the media to report it in certain ways. The media have an absolute right to report things. My concern has always been the manner in which it amplifies it, and I'm seeing it manifest itself in what you now describe for the purpose of a discussion. Well, you should expect that from the tabloid press. Okay, I should expect it.
Well, why don't you?
Why should I expect it? Why should I tolerate it? Why shouldn't I call it out? Your argument is I shouldn't call it out. I shouldn't say that's troubling for me.
But that's up to the tabloid press.
But that is the mainstream media, what I'm talking about.
We're not tabloid press.
I'm not talking about, if you want to take it personally, Jim, that's up to you. I'm talking about the mainstream media.
We're talking about seeking accountability.
And by extension, we've now got a government minister suggesting that we conflate what happened at Wembley to Hillsborough. And is that kind of narrative that really troubles me, because you start to take things off in a different direction.
You want media balance, you'll get it on this show.
Fantastic.
You bet it is. 11 o'clock.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.